unlock the LSAT, and as I said before, I refer to myself as the key. So I did hear from a friend that the LSAT was being banned in China or something like that. So I went ahead, went on Reddit, saw the link to the LSAC homepage, and I kind of skimmed or glanced over it, and then I went back on Reddit. And essentially, I see that a lot of people are concerned about this. They're concerned about how this inflates the accuracy of the scores, yada, yada, yada. And ultimately, I just recommend people not get distracted by this. That's pretty much all that we can say. I do know that apparently some of the bigger prep companies who do talk about these types of subjects are in communication with LSAC, but I'm not. But from what I read and just how things unfortunately tend to go, you just have to focus on yourself. If you're doing your work, if you're able to consistently see that you're improving and you're progressing, why focus on what could potentially go wrong? I mean, we already have to worry about proctors interrupting, or you go in person and then there's some type of issue that occurs there, whether or not it's in-person proctors or just background noise, or just rude people, or power outages, internet outages. Cheating has been around, unfortunately, and sometimes people even cheat in law school, and sometimes it gets ignored or dismissed, while for other people, things turn out okay for them when they do that, which is very sad. But all we can do is really focus on ourselves. So that doesn't really solve the problem. This doesn't really get rid of the concern. It just invites people to focus on the things that are in their immediate control, because all this is doing is adding extra headache and extra pressure as you're studying. Ultimately, we have to trust that LSAC has been doing this for so many years. Recently started doing the online aspect of it, and we have to figure that they're going to be able to troubleshoot this. You know, we had a scandal a long time ago. I think this might have been with more diversified types of tests, where some people that were more affluent were paying for their children to have tests that they were cheating on or something of that nature. So it's nothing new. It's not new. You keep doing what you can. If you know that you're seeing your scores get closer and closer to 170 and you're just letting yourself get distracted by this new information, completely disregard that you ever heard of this. What if every single person that you're thinking of in this batch of people that are using someone else potentially to get their 170 plus, what if you realize that the same amount of people, if they had spent more time, were still going to get those same scores? That doesn't really change much. It just shows that you are the one who has to keep doing your very best to get your ideal score. So shift your perspective about what's happening, and trust that LSAC will continue to do its due diligence. I mean, even with the logic games, when they had the lawsuit, unfortunately, for some people, I mean, some people are very happy that it's gone, but fortunately or unfortunately, eventually they just had to get rid of the logic games because of the pressure that amounted from that particular lawsuit. So everything happens for a reason. If you already paid for your Law Hub Advantage, you've already paid for your test administration, or you've already just had your plan set up, this is a big distraction. It doesn't take China for people to try to cheat. It's just, unfortunately, how some people work. And if you could continue to strive to do things the right way, then you prove yourself. You prove to yourself, and that's pretty much all that you need to prove anything to, but you prove to yourself and you prove to others that, hey, I actually concretely studied and I was able to achieve this feat. You don't need to cheat. You don't need to search the dark web or whatever deep web in order to find who these people are or how to get through the system. Because then the other thing is what happens or what works for someone else oftentimes doesn't work for another person who tries the same thing. And especially when it's something negative like this. You're trying to not only just ace this test, but you want to also go into law school and succeed. If you're trying to cheat just to even get in, that tells a lot about your character and where your future is going to go, because ultimately things always catch up with people. And what you do is just focus on yourself, continue to do your work, keep your end goal in mind, especially if it's, I need to help people, I want to become, I don't know, a civil rights attorney because of this injustice that I've noticed. Why are you going to be distracted by this news here? It doesn't really matter. Let things play out. You can advocate about it. Maybe you could draft up an email, send it to LSAC if you feel like, I really want you guys to crack down on cheating or anything else that you might feel is getting in the way. But that's going to be it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do another quick episode, I think, right after this about accommodations. So stay tuned. Thank you for listening to Unlock the LSAT, and keep on striving for your goal. Keep on reaching for that goal, and I'll see you in the next one.